Hello and welcome to another episode of Lee IY. And just in case you don't know where you are, I am Lee and this is my trusty sidekick Piper. And today we are going to show you how to make a rustic boho chic TV stand for under 50 bucks with basically framing wood and plumbing pipe. Before we get started, do not forget to hit the like button just below and subscribe. And don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. Let's do it. I got this framing wood for free from a building that was being torn down in my neighborhood. By the way, free is my favorite number. I took it over to Home Depot and had it cut into 3 5-foot segments that will make up our shelves for the stand. Now it's time to get down and dirty and sand this old wood down into something usable. Well, it looks like it's been snowing up here. All the sawdust. Oh my goodness. For next time, I have learned my lesson. I am going to cover my face. All right, I'm finished and I am covered from head to toe in sawdust. Really super excited about my wood. It looks fantastic. The Ryobi sander really did a great job. I started out with a really heavy 60 grit. And then after I was done leveling everything, I actually moved to a 220 grit to kind of make everything all silky smooth. So usually at this point when your sweat kind of culminates with the sawdust, it's usually a good idea to probably go shower. So I'm gonna take my dirty body into the shower. You can stay right there. Get your mind out of the gutter. Nothing sexy ever happens in the shower. Let's move on to making the stain. So we've got a little bit of our steel wool instead of some white vinegar. And then over here we've got some black tea brewing. Not to drink, but these two together react and make a beautiful stain. So I'm pretty stoked about this. I let the steel wool and vinegar mixture sit for about a week. I brewed the tea overnight, and don't forget to make yourself a cup of tea as well. You apply the tea first, and then once it's dried, you follow up with the second mixture. It's kind of magical. So I decided to do a test patch of the mixture of vinegar, steel wool, and black tea on a piece of wood I had sitting around the house. And I call this color Earl Grey. And look at how rich and beautiful that is. I love it. Mm-hmm. Ah! Mm-hmm. Ah, yay! So this definitely is the direction I'm going. Hold the phone. It couldn't be that simple, could it? Nope, it couldn't. Foiled again by tea. So here is my wood after my vinegar and steel wool stain cured. I decided that it wasn't gray enough, so I actually added a gray paint stain. And now I'm going to beat it up with a hammer and do some sanding so it looks a little more authentic. After busting my butt distressing the wood and coincidentally getting bigger forearms, I still wasn't 100% happy with the color. So I watered down some black acrylic paint, wiped it on, and then immediately wiped it off, creating these really cool demarcations. Here you can see my 3 pieces of framing wood at 3 different stages of the coloring process. Time to start assembling the hardware. For the industrial look I wanted, I decided to use common plumbing parts, which I picked up from Home Depot. Total cost of the plumbing supplies was roughly about $50. Unfortunately, I didn't get too far with my assembly before I ran into another problem. Surprise, surprise. I was trying to get the legs on, but the space between the 2 shelves it's limited. And I couldn't get my screwdriver or my drill in there, and I managed to MacGyver my needle nose pliers with one of my drill bits, but even that was kind of limited as to how far I could actually get into the wood. So today I went to Home Depot for a solution. Lo and behold, my favorite company, Ryobi Power Tools,
has this device. It's called a flexible shaft bit extension, and it is like a telescopic trunk to get you into everywhere. I'm just so excited to use this. Yeah!
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Once I had the right tools, I was back on track, and my new TV stand came together quicker than a misfit sports team in a Hollywood blockbuster. All that was left to do was to load it up with the cable boxes and some understated decor. Pretty awesome if I do say so myself, and the entire project only cost me about $50.
Well, that was easy. Now that everything is in place and we've got the TV completely set up, I'm going to catch up on the last episode of Season 4 for Outlander. So do not forget, like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you come back next week. We're going to make a headboard. It's going to be awesome.